Do you remember not too long ago when I bought a brand new 2020 MacBook Pro 13-inch, spent quite a bit of money, at least for me, and was so excited to have it. And then not 10 days later, Apple releases their brand new MacBook Pro featuring the M1 chip that the tech guys on YouTube are so excited about. Now I have my new MacBook Pro, my 2020 MacBook Pro with the Intel chip. I got that snow white decal as I said I would, and I love it. And I love it. I've been using it for the past, I guess, 14 days, a week. It's wonderful for editing videos, for going online, for editing thumbnails. I love my 2020 MacBook Pro. However, I could not resist the siren call of purchasing the brand new M1 MacBook. Now, I'm not keeping two $1,500, $1,600 computers, but I really wanted to try it out. And luckily, the good people at Apple gave me a good extended return policy for my original MacBook. So I've tried out that one. Now I get to try out the brand new one and compare and contrast. Now, I will say this is not going to be about specs. I am not a techie person. I use my MacBook for surfing the internet, watching videos, editing YouTube videos, editing thumbnails, doing my budgeting, financial stuff, not anything too insanely crazy. But when I am sitting late night editing videos, my MacBook does tend to get a little hot. The fan will turn on. So given the specs of the M1 MacBook, I'm very excited to try it out. So it just arrived today. I was checking my phone every second to make sure it came. Also, it did ship from Shanghai. I wish I could have included Jianbing in there for me. The last time I was in Shanghai was about a year ago, and I miss it quite a bit. Okay, let's open it up. It's very scary. Halloween's over. It's very satisfying. Ooh, I guess I had it the wrong way. I see it. Okay. Ooh, wait, is there something else in the box? Oh, there's just like holding it stuff. Okay, holding it stuff. Very technical term, Danielle. All right, look at this. Oh, remember from last time they had the pulley thing for my nails, but my nails are much grosser today. Open it up. Open up. Oop. All right. Here we go. Remember this from last time. This is the back. And we've got our plug. Now I know what these are because I already have a MacBook. Our little notebook. We've still got the little pluggy brick thing. Very nice. Box over. Now, I thought there would be more fanfare. Like, I'm very excited to get this, but I don't know. It just seems very, very like anticlimactic, I guess. I guess when I use it, it'll be different. All right. Let's turn it on. Love that Apple sound. Ooh. Right, I turned it around so you can see. Just setting it up now. Accessibility. Okay, Wi-Fi. Oh, that's not my Wi-Fi. Oh my God, I forgot my Wi-Fi password. Hold on. Okay, we back. Ooh, migration assistant. I wonder if I have to like plug it in. No. Setting up your Mac. See? Trackpad. Where is the thing where it's like double click, tap to click? Okay, got that one to work. This is riveting content, I'm sure you can tell. Okay, so we're pretty much set up here. I've just got my system preferences I'm doing. I really like the percentage in the battery as opposed to just having it be a full bar. Like, I like to know where I'm at. So we're gonna do that. I think for me, for the average user, I want to do, I would say, 2 different tests. I think number 1, I want to have the same video playing in both of these. Once they're both charged to 100, I want to play the same video on here, maybe a couple times over, and see how it drains the battery on each of them. And then I think I have 2 different YouTube videos I've already filmed that I want to edit. So I think I'm going to edit one on one computer and one on the other computer, and we'll see how the battery turns on. How the battery turns on? That doesn't even make sense. If the fan turns on or not, because the fan does tend to turn on my regular MacBook Pro quite a bit, especially when I'm really into it. So we'll see how if the fan turns on or not, because I know there's like a cooling system in this one. So we will see how it goes, and I will report back. This will probably take a couple of days. Okay, so it's now much later, and I'm going to show you the computers. They're both charged to 100. We got 100 over here on the M1 chip computer, 100 over here, original 2020 MacBook Pro. So let's pull up a video. I think we'll do Avengers Infinity War because I know that's a long freaking movie. So we'll try that all the way through and see how the battery has gone down on each computer. I realized after I started the movie that I actually, in my brain, thought Avengers Endgame, which is the longer movie, but picked Infinity War, but committed to the bit, going with it. Now the movie's over, so let's check how the battery life is. So on the Intel MacBook, we've got battery life left of about 76%. On the M1 MacBook, look at that, battery life of 94%. It's like an 18% difference. So I'm really impressed. Obviously, they said something like that at the event, at the Apple event, but to test it out and for it to be pretty significant of a difference is great. So I'm very impressed. What I'm gonna do is, so because I have time and I don't really need to do anything on the computer tonight, I think what I'm going to do is actually play through Avengers Endgame, which is like a little over 3 hours, 3:20 I think, and see how that drains the battery and see where we end up at the end of the night. So I'm going to put that on, I'm going to take a shower, I'm going to do dishes, and we'll meet up again after that movie's over and see where the battery life is. Okay, so it's now 11:45. I'm in my pajamas. 39% on the Intel MacBook. 39%. See? 39. And then 79% on the M1. And that's after about 6 hours. We did Avengers Infinity War and then Endgame. So I am crazy amounts of impressed with the M1. The claims are coming true, and I think I'm going to charge these. I think I'm going to transfer the files over from this one to this one so that I can edit the videos I want to do tomorrow and do the last test, which is just editing some YouTube on iMovie and seeing how that fared. And so I will see you tomorrow and we'll edit some video and do our last test. Good night. Hello, good morning. Well, not really morning. It's actually 3 p.m. I was up late last night trying to transfer the files over computers, and it took me a little bit because I'd never had a Mac before, the one I bought 2 weeks ago. So I figured out how to transfer the files, all set there. So now what I think we're gonna do, you can see here we're at 100%. This is the Intel MacBook Pro. So I think now what we're gonna do is I'm going to take an hour and I'm going to get like really into editing a video. I was originally going to do 2 different videos, one for each computer, but I feel like it'd be more fair to test the same video editing for about an hour on each computer. So here's the Intel computer. We've got the M1 chip one over here charging, should be 100% soon, next to my Christmas tree. Yes, I know it is November and not even Thanksgiving, and I am also Jewish, but I needed some Christmas spirit in my life. So anyways, let's edit on this computer, the Intel MacBook Pro, for about an hour, and see where we are battery life wise, see if the fan turns on, and I'll report back in about an hour. So it's about 3:08, so I'll report back at 4:08. See you then. Okay, now it's about 4:09. Let's see where we're at. Okay, so we've edited about 4 minutes of video, and now the battery is at 81%, and it has been heating up my legs. I'm not sure I've heard any fan, but it has been definitely hot on my legs. So that is something to note. Got all this video footage here. Again, about 81%. And this is just the beginning stages. I would have some interstitial music. I would have some clips. I talk about a couple of stores here, so I'd probably put their logos in here. So this is just the beginning editing stages of like taking out breaths and things like that. But it's already lost about 20% of the battery, so something to note. So I'm going to put this computer away. I'm going to get a snack first because I'm a a little hungry. But then we're gonna put this computer away, and then we'll start editing on the M1 chip and see how much battery is lost and if that heats up my legs the way this one did. Alright, took a little break, got my green smoothie, which just turned into more juice because I put too much water in it. And it is now 4:22. This is the M1 MacBook. The other one is sitting over there with the Snow White decal on it. So we are going to now edit the same video on this one and see how that does. So we will check in at about 5:24. The sunset is so beautiful right now. It's gonna be completely dark by the time I finish this video. Why, winter, why? So it is a little later now, as you can tell it's darker. Right now it is just about 5:30 p.m. And I'm of course editing again on the M1 MacBook, the brand new one. Look at this battery percentage life, 96%, as opposed to about 81% of the computer before. I'm a little farther along in the video, but I don't think that has to do with the power of either computer. I'm just making different choices than I was making on the other one. But again, I am really impressed. This computer has passed all of my tests. Now this one has exactly the same amount of files as the other one because I transferred the files last night, so there's really no reason for the complete huge discrepancy except the M1 chip is awesome. So I'm incredibly impressed. Hello again, everybody. We're in afternoon of day 3 with my new computer. As you can see, they now look very similar, as I did take the Snow White decal off this computer so you can kind of tell which one I'm already leaning towards. I did, after we talked last night, I did spend a couple hours editing actually the video you're watching right now on the new computer, and then I had a Zoom meeting from about 1 to 2:15, and this computer is still at about 47%, and that's without charging it since yesterday morning. So again, I'm pretty impressed with that. But the Zoom meeting did remind me of one more thing that I wanted to try, which is the camera, because I know that the camera on the old MacBook isn't very good, and the camera claims on the M1 chip weren't that amazing given the camera power on the new iPad Pro and obviously the iPhones. But I did want to test the webcam quality on the two computers because I know that this time in the world there's a lot of Zoom meetings going on. So this is the camera quality of the 2020 MacBook with the Intel chip. You can see it's a bit grainy, especially in this area. And this is the camera quality on the M1 chip MacBook Pro. And I am extremely impressed. The quality of the image is definitely a lot better than I thought it was going to be, given the kind of vague claims at the One More Thing event. I'm really impressed with how this looks. And yeah, it's pretty great. So I think given all the tests, even before then, you can kind of tell which computer I'm leaning towards. I cannot believe how much the M1 chip Mac has completely blown the other computer out of the water, given battery life, given, the Zoom call, given the streaming versus the 2020 Intel. Again, this computer is only 2 weeks old. I got this the last day of October, so there's not that much stuff on it. I am really incredibly impressed, and I'm so glad that I had the opportunity to try out both against each other and to upgrade to the M1 chip, which I will be keeping. I have to box this up, return it to Apple, but I'm really excited. And I think if you're on the fence about getting an M1 MacBook, this has definitely shown that it's worlds better, at least in my view. Doing like web surfing and streaming video and editing video and the webcam, obviously, I think this has shown that this one is worlds better than the original one. So good job, Apple. So I hope that you enjoyed this video, but give the video a like, subscribe if you'd like, and I will see you next time. Bye.